So previously I have provided an activity, no? So this is the problem. So we now proceed with our next topic, no? So this concerns the bisection method. So we now proceed with the second method under bracketing method, no? We have the method of false position or the Regula Falsi method. So this is also known as linear interpolation method, no? So it is a type of bracket method with the use of this formula. So to better understand this topic, let me give you this illustration. No? So let's analyze this figure. So we have here the value of x. No? So in order to solve for the value of x, uh, we will apply the method of false position. Okay. Now, as you notice here, for example, if I have the function f of x equals 0, okay, let's say this is y equals f of x, okay, let's say if f of x becomes 0, so in here, as you notice, this is these are values above 0, so f of x positive, here f of x negative, okay, then at the center f of x is 0, right, at the center. Okay, so in that case there is a specific value f of x, okay, located at this position that will make f of x equals 0. Okay, so in that case we have f of x sub l. If we replace x by x sub l, okay, we have this part. So this is f of x sub l. Okay, so this length below the x-axis is equal to f of x sub l. Okay, so this is excuse me, x sub l at that point. So there is the value of the function f of x sub l. All right, and then another value at x equals x sub u. Okay, we have f of x sub u. Okay, so which is positive. All right, so in short, if I have this equation, for example, if I have this equation and I will let f of x equals to x squared minus 2x plus 1. So this is now, for example, now this is f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 1. I can replace that by x sub l. So I have x sub l squared minus 2x sub l plus 1. So this is the function value now at x equals x sub l. Now at x equals x sub u, on upper value of x, that's x sub u squared minus 2x sub u plus 1. So we have this function, okay, x sub u squared minus 2x sub u plus 1. Okay, now our goal is to determine this value x, no, is to determine this value x. This is our goal. This is the real value of x, no? And not this. This is not the real value of x. Okay? This is the real value of x that will satisfy this equation, no? X squared minus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Okay? So what is this value? So we will apply the method of false position in determining this value, the real value of x. But before we can proceed with the real value of x, okay, we will come up first with approximated values. Okay, let's say at the performing the first iteration, I'll obtain value x. Then another iteration, another value x. Third iteration, okay, another value until I will reach the final value. No? In other words, the value of x converges. No? Lumalapit siya doon sa real na value. Okay, later you will have I will show you an example. No? Okay, so in this case, so if we consider the two, f of x sub l and f of x sub u, okay, we will connect a line between the 2 points. Okay, we will connect a line, and that is now linear interpolation method. Okay, because what is formed is a line. Okay, and from that line, it intersects the x-axis at this point, and that point can now be obtained using this formula. X equals x sub l multiplied by f of x sub u minus x sub u multiplied by f of x sub l all over f of x sub u minus f of x sub l. Okay? And then, what will happen next? I already obtained this value. So x. I will now perform the next iteration. No? Or should I say, I will now perform the first iteration. This is the initial value x. Okay? So this is the initial value x. Okay. So we have x sub 0. Okay? So this is now x sub 0 at I equals 0. Okay? At I equals 0. So that is x sub 0. Okay. Next, I will now proceed with finding x sub 1. I will now find x sub 1. How can I find x sub 1? So, to find x sub 1, we have to consider the product of f of x sub l and f of x sub u. Similar to bisection method, if we multiply the two, or should I say f of x sub l multiplied by uh, f of x, okay, so considering this value f of x, so this will now be the projected value, so there is a new point here. Okay, If we multiply the two and it is less than 0, okay, what will now be the outcome? So the outcome is we will have a new value of f of x sub L. So this is f of x sub L times f of x less than 0. If that was satisfied, so we know that this is negative, right? And f of x is this negative or positive? Negative. F of x is negative here. It's below 0. So negative, negative. So negative times negative. Is it less than 0? This is positive, right? So if it is positive, so it is less than 0. So we project. This is now projected. So this is the line. Then we connect to f of x sub u. There. So this is now the new value, f of x sub L, first iteration. Okay? And then f of x sub u. Okay? F of x sub u, where x sub u is considering the first iteration now. Okay? So mamaya sa example natin, para di kayo maguluhan, no? Meron naman akong example mamaya. Okay. And then, same. So this is x sub 0. And now we have a new point to consider. This is now x sub 1. So this is now x sub 1. So lumalapit siya dun sa x sub u. Okay? Mula nandito siya, tapos yung x lumipat doon. Okay? Applying Regula Falsi method. Okay? So tapos ang mangyayari, okay, po-project ulit. Ayun. Nakikita nyo ba yung yellow? Okay. So ipo-project ulit. So meron ng bago ulit. Ito, x sub 2. Okay? Hanggang lumapit dun sa totoong sagot. So that is Regula Falsi. Okay. So let me illustrate that with an example. So here are the steps, no? Mag-solve muna tayo ng problem tapos following these steps, no? So ito yung sinabi ko kanina. Okay. Pagka multiply mo less than 0, so ito yung mangyayari. Okay, pag multiply mo to less than 0, ito naman yung mangyayari. Okay, so i-apply natin yan, no? Okay. So mag-i-stop ka lang pag nag-0 na. Okay? Pag nag-0 na, yun na yung real value. No? Yung x sub I ay equal sa x sub L, no? At that iteration. Okay? So equal na sila nun. So the root equals x sub I, equal din siya doon, no? Okay? Terminate the computation. Okay? So terminate the computation. Okay. So apply the formula. Ito yung formula in general. Okay. So, and then, so similar to bisection method, no? If x sub I equals to x sub I plus 1 to the desired significant figures or decimal places, then terminate the computation, else return to step 3. Okay? So, yun yung mga mangyayari ngayon. So, apply natin yung mga yan with an example. No? So, ito yung problem. Find the root of the equation ln x minus cosine x equals 0. Correct to 3 decimal places. So, this is the previous problem. No? Similar to the bisection method problem. So, solution. So, ito yung first step. You let f of x equals ln x minus cosine x. And then, by trial and error, okay, ang goal mo, dapat negative yung isa, positive yung isa. Yung f of x sub a should be negative, f of x sub b should be positive. So, that's the goal. Okay? Next. Pag nangyari yon, kunin mo ngayon yung product ng dalawa. Okay? So, ang product ay negative 0.5993541, which is a negative number. Okay? So, pagka ganon, ililet natin yung x sub L, initial value na 1. Ito, dahil negative siya, yung f of x sub A. And then, x sub u sub 0, 2 naman. Okay? Dahil positive siya nun. Okay? So, nag-satisfy kasi ito na negative. So, therefore, ito ay 1, ito ay 2. Lower value of x, 1. Upper value ay 2. Ibig sabihin yan, ang sagot sa pagitan ng 1 and 2. Yung totoong value ng x na makakapag-satisfy sa equation na to ay sa pagitan ng 1 and 2. Okay? Alamin natin ngayon yon using Regula Falsi. Okay, so ating step. Okay, so at I equals 0, okay? Tapos, sabi natin, this is 1. So, sa pinakita ko kanina, yun ay 1. X sub L sub 0. Okay, that is 1. Ito, 1. Tapos, 2 naman yung isa, 1, no? Tapos, yung sagot niyan, substitute natin, ln 1 minus cosine 1. Ano yon? ln 1 minus cosine 1, negative 0.5403. Take note 1 radian. Dapat naka-mode radian yung calculator. Okay? Gaya ng discussion ko sa bisection method, ganun din dito. Dapat naka-mode radian. Okay. Ay, sorry. Okay. And then, we have, this is now negative 0.5403. And then, this is 2. X sub u sub 0. This is 2. And then, evaluating the function, ln 2 minus cosine 2. Tama ba ako? ln 2 minus cosine 2. ln 2 minus cosine 2, 1.1093. Okay. 1.1093. Ayan. Kunin natin yung product. F of x L sub I times f of x sub ui. Okay. So, at I equals 0. Okay. Ano yung sagot? Anong yung multiply natin dyan? Ito. Negative 0.5403 multiplied by 1.1093. Anong sagot? Negative 0.5993548. Okay, o, negative. Okay. Kunin natin yung x sub I using the formula. O, ano yung formula? Ito. X sub I equals x sub Li times f of x sub ui minus x sub ui times f of x sub Li all over f of x sub ui minus f of x sub Li. Okay. So, apply natin yan. So, pagka in-apply na natin, makuha natin itong sagot na to. 1.3275. Okay? 1.3275. O ngayon, what is ln 1.3275 minus cosine 1.3275? That will give us 0.0424. No? So, tapos, multiply natin yung dalawa. Ang multiply natin ay f of x sub Li, ito, tsaka itong f of x I. Okay? Negative 0.5403 times 0.0424. Ang bibigay ay negative 0.022987. Negative. Okay? O, dahil negative siya, what will be our decision? O, dahil negative siya, what will be our decision? O, tingnan natin ha. F of xli times f of xi. Ating procedure. Make the following evaluation. Ito. Less than 0, f of xli times f of xi, negative. Less than 0 is negative. So, ibig sabihin nun, yung xli plus 1 ko ay equals sa xli. Okay? X sub li plus 1 equals x sub li. And then, yung x sub ui plus 1 ay equals sa x sub I. Okay? So, ganun siya. So, let's go back. So, ito naman, f of xi times f of xu sub I, 0.04700343. Okay? Ngayon, ano naman yung x sub li plus 1? So, by formula, so ito yung gagawin natin. X sub li plus 1. So, ano yung sabi? If daw ito ay less than 0, anong mangyayari? Yung xli, ito, na 1, magiging equal dito sa xli plus 1. Okay? Pag less than 0. Dun sa procedure. So, that is 1. Equal sila. Dahil nasatisfy na negative. Okay? And then, ano naman yung f of xl I plus 1. Ano yon? ln 1 minus cosine 1. What is that? Kapareho lang nito. Negative 0.5403. Ano ngayon yung x sub u I plus 1 mo? X sub u I plus 1. O, dahil negative ito yung magiging x sub u I plus 1 natin. Yung x sub I. So, 1.3275 na siya. 1.3275. Okay? Dahil pag less than 0, itong xli ay equal sa xli plus 1. Itong xi ay equal sa x sub u I plus 1. Okay? So, 1.3275. Anong interpretation nito? Itong dalawa na yan. So, ang real value ng x sa pagitan ngayon ng 1 at 1.3275. Hindi lalampas. Hindi bababa sa 1, hindi lalampas ng 1.3275 yung real value ng x. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, umiksi yung interval. Kasi initially, 1 and 2. Between 1 and 2. Ngayon, between 1 and 1.3275 na lang. Umiksi yung interval. So, lumalapit tayo dun sa totoong sagot. Okay. So, what is f of x sub u I plus 1? ln 1.3275 minus cosine 1.3275, 0.0424. And then, apply lang natin itong formula na yan, x sub I plus 1, ito. Apply lang natin itong formula na to. Okay? Makukuha natin itong sagot. 1.3037. 1.3037. Ito ngayon ay x sub 1. Tama ba? Kasi I is 0. I is 0 plus 1. So, this is now x sub 1. So, therefore, kung iyan ay x sub 1, okay, ito ngayon ay x sub u sub 1. Kasi 0 plus 1. Ito ngayon ay x sub l sub 1. So, na magre-reflect dito sa I equals to 1. Kokopyahin natin ito. 1 ngayon yan. 1. Okay? And then, copy lang yan. Copy. Okay? And then, copy. Okay? Then, copy. Okay? And then, multiply natin yung dalawa. F of xli times f of xui. Okay? So, multiply natin. Negative 0.022987. Okay. Solve natin yung x sub I. Ano yung x sub I? Using the formula na pinakita ko sa step 2. Step 2 nga ba? Yes, step 2. Ito. So, applying that. Eting dilitaw. 1.3037. Okay? And then, ln 1.3037 minus cosine 1.3037 will give me 0.0013. And then, multiply lang natin. F of xli, tsaka f of xi. Ito, tsaka itong tsaka to. f of xli, f of xi. Ang lilitaw ay negative 0.0007024. O, tapos, multiply naman natin yung f of xi and f of x u sub I. Okay? 0.0424, 1.1093, 0.0470343. Ay, sorry. 0.00, 0.0000551. Okay. So, ito yan. Okay? And then, itong xli plus 1. Bakit siya 1? Ano ba yung nakuha natin dito? Negative. Pag negative, sabihin niyan pag less than 0. Pag less than 0, okay, ito ay xli plus 1. Okay, ito ay xui plus 1. Okay? Pagka ganon. Pagka yung ganon yung sitwasyon. Dahil negative. So, xli plus 1, 1. Okay? 1. So, xl sub 2 na ngayon. X sub l sub 2. Ano ba yung xl1 natin? xl1 is 1. Ito. Kokopyahin niya to. Kokopyahin natin yan. Tapos, remain the same. X sub u, I plus 1. Yun ay x sub I. Ano yung x sub I natin? 1.3037. So, ito yung magiging bagong value ng x sub u, no? 1.3037. Okay? Equal yung x sub I sa x sub u, I plus 1. So, 1.3037. Then, ln 1.3037 minus cosine 1.3037. Bibigay ay 0.0013. And then, applying step 4. Check natin. Applying step 4. Tama ba? Ito, step 4. Makukuha natin yung x sub I plus 1. That is 1.3030. Okay. And then, for I equals to 2, o 1, kopyahin lang natin. Ito ay 1. Okay. Tapos, we have ito, negative 0.5403. Then, kopyahin lang natin. 1.3037, 0.0013. And then, kunin natin yung product. Ito at saka ito. Lilitaw ay ito. Then, x sub I, applying step 2, ang lilitaw ay 1.3030. Okay? And then, evaluate natin ano yung ln 1.3030 minus cosine 1.3030. 0.0001. Multiply natin yung dalawa. F of xli. Ano yon? Ito. At saka f of xi. Ito. Ang bibigay ay negative. Negative ulit. Okay? Ngayon, multiply naman natin yung f of xi tsaka f of xui. Ito, bibigay ay positive. O pagka ganon, okay, O, negative. Ito ngayon ay xl I plus 1. Ito ay xu I plus 1. Okay? So, ganun siya. So, kung ganun, ito ang ngayon ay 1. Ito ay negative. Ito ay positive. Ito. xi is xui plus 1. So, ito yon at saka magiging ganyan. Okay? And then, ito, ln 1.3030 minus cosine 1.3030. And then, applying step 4, 1.3029. Applying step 4. Okay? So, therefore, x is approximately 1.303. So, yan ang sagot. O, bakit tayo nag-end doon? O, kasi, equal na sa 3 decimal places yung x sub I and x sub I plus 1. Nasa step 5 yan. Nasa step 5. Step 5, if x sub I equals to x sub I plus 1 to the desired significant figures or decimal places, then terminate the computation. Pag hindi pa, return to step 3. Okay? So, yun siya. Okay? Pag nag-return ka sa step 3, yung xi plus 1 ay magiging x sub I. Okay? xli plus 1 magiging x sub li. xui plus 1 ay magiging x sub ui. Okay? Alright, so next, this is your activity. So simulate the solution of the given problem using Excel such that when the two given initial values of x are altered, you'll still arrive with the correct roots of x equals 1.303 upon extending the number of iterations beyond I equals to 2 applying the method of false position. Okay. So similar lang siya dun sa bisection method, no? Okay, naiba lang yung mga formula. Okay? Naiba lang yung formula ng pagkuha ng x.